Is there a reason why we dream? Have you been having strange dreams lately? Are your dreams upsetting you? Are your dreams confusing you? Are you confused? Did you wake up with a weird feeling from a dream, that really uncomfortable feeling in your belly, like you ate too many cookies before bed? I look at dreams as being your unconscious sorting through information, experiences, emotions, feelings, and desires, projections. What do you want for your future? Where are you going in this crazy ride we call life? It's your unconscious mind, which is far more vast than your conscious mind, communicating with your conscious mind. Unfortunately, the conscious mind really struggles to grasp the methods of communication of the unconscious, which is why your dreams can get really effing bizarre sometimes. But once you get the hang of it, it's really, really funny to see how your unconscious chooses to communicate with you. It's like the difference between saying yin yang symbol means balance versus looking at a yin yang symbol and asking a whole room full of people what they think that symbol means. You're going to get a lot of different responses, and potentially they could all be true. Or maybe some of them will just be true. It's like the universe's version of a game show. What's your favorite game show? I used to love Wheel of Fortune. I would watch that with my dad when I was little. Ideally, your unconscious communicating with your conscious mind. Think of your conscious mind as that analytical part of your mind, the one that's logical, practical, reasonable. It's good for some things, but it's definitely not good for everything. It has limitations that the unconscious mind doesn't, which is part of the reason why dreams are so interesting. They're very open-ended. There's so much to explore. But ultimately, what it's wanting to do is to just help you make decisions in your life, deal with the stuff that you're dealing with, whether you are willing to consciously deal with it or not, so you can move forward in your life. But sometimes we make conclusions from the conscious mind based on unconscious processing and information in our dreams, and we end up locking ourselves in further. For example, sometimes our unconscious is bringing a fear to our attention. So, for example, let's say a married woman having a dream that her husband is interested in another woman, and maybe it's her friend in the dream. And so she wakes up and she feels not only angry at her husband, she feels angry at her friend. She knows on a conscious level that it's silly, or maybe not. Maybe on a conscious level, she's decided that those two are up to something. It could go either way. And the reality could be either way. It depends on the person, depends on the situation. But it left that icky feeling in the pit of her stomach. And now she's going about the rest of her day still feeling influenced from that dream. In one scenario, it could be that those two people, the husband and the friend, have nothing to do with each other. They don't even talk to each other. But this woman maybe has insecurities about her body, or she has fears about her relationship with her husband. And her friend just happens to represent those fears to her. Maybe it's the way that her friend looks. Maybe it's the way that her friend behaves. Maybe it's the way that her husband looks at that friend, even though the friend isn't interested in that husband at all. It could be so many different things. Or it could even be that something really is going on between those two. They've been hiding it. And this woman has been processing all of these little flags and warnings and bits of information here and there, and trying to make sense of it all. What's really going on here? There are a lot of variables for what could be going on. The purpose, as I see it, this is not a clinical explanation. This is me sharing my perspective. I look at this is the unconscious sorting through all that information, whether it's the real life circumstances and situations and experiences, whether it's the symbols and what those things represent, the fears that it brings up for that person, or a reality situation that they're trying to make sense of, or the emotions that they feel around general ideas and concepts that they need to be dealing with that maybe they're not looking at on a conscious level or not talking about on a conscious level. So the unconscious mind and dreams help us deal with things that we may not be dealing with on a conscious level. And sometimes it's even just a person exploring what do they want for their future and what are the potentials for their future and how do they make that future happen. That's something that we sometimes explore through our dreams. And for example, Tesla, he would use self-hypnosis, which is very dreamlike. It's the unconscious mind, or to get ideas for his creations and his inventions. Artists that have a dream, they see something in their dream and then they write down that piece of music, or they create that painting that they saw in their dream. There are a lot of different purposes that our dreams and our unconscious can serve. What matters is how you use the information in your dream to help move you forward in your life based on what you are dealing with in the moment. Best case scenario, your unconscious is helping you take action, make decisions, look at the stuff that you weren't consciously aware of, to get more insight, to gain more wisdom, to expand your perspective. However, many people, when they come back from their dreams and they look at that information, sometimes they come to the wrong conclusion. And you'll know it's the wrong conclusion when it starts to box you in, shut you down, shut you up. When your conscious mind is working with your unconscious mind, it will help move you forward in life. Dream a little dream of me. That's the one that comes to mind right now. And you know what? Your dreams are all about you. Even when you sense a real situation involving other people, your dreams still come back to you. They are about you. It's about what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to create in your life? Who do you want to be? It's all about you. And many times when our friends or our family appear in our dreams, oftentimes it's not really about them. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes it's not. Often it's about what does that person or situation represent to us? What are the associations that we make with those people? What are the associations that we make with those experiences or locations in life. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. In your dreams, wherever they be, dream a little dream of me. Not of me, but you. Dream a little dream of yourself. Do what you can to make it a good dream. Stack the odds in your favor. Stack the odds in your favor. Where are you going? To infinity and beyond. I've been sitting in front of a computer for a little too long. Dreams are supposed to help our digestion. And I really liked Vanna White's dresses. She always had the most glamorous look. Dream a dream of yourself. You are dreaming yourself all the time. Dreams are supposed to help our digestion.